Do you ever feel like no matter how many women you approach, nothing seems to click? You've done dozens, maybe even hundreds of cold approaches, but the conversations fall flat. They stay stuck in boring small talk and you can't seem to move things forward, let alone get dates with women you're actually excited about. I get it. I've been there. Yeah, not that long ago, I was out there on the streets trying to figure this all out by myself through countless trial and error.
I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing right now. Like, this is relatively new to me, like just going out and approaching girls.
But after studying over 5,000 approaches, I've identified the subtle mistakes that kill your chances without even realizing it. And fixing just one of these mistakes could save you months or even years of frustration. I'm Christian, and for the past 5 years, I've focused pretty much every single second of my life helping more than 200 entrepreneurs, business owners, and busy professionals attract hotter women who they actually connect with in 90 days or less without all the guesswork. In this video, I am breaking down my past approaches. All right, I am literally roasting myself from 5 years ago to show you the exact mistakes that stop your conversations from going anywhere. And bro, these are the same mistakes I see in my clients before we fix them. Guys like Peter, a 51-year-old business owner, after implementing the advice that I gave him, he went from feeling totally stuck, having zero options, to having a rotation of statuesque blonde bombshells. Guys like Lucas, who thought he just wasn't good enough for the women he wanted. And just 2 weeks, 2 weeks after working with me, Lucas started dating women he once called out of his league.
The value I have gotten, like, it's only been 2 weeks since then, and I've been approaching women on my own. And yesterday I was at a mall and I approached a woman that I thought that was way out of my league, and ended up going on a date with her the same day for 2 hours, and I'm seeing her tomorrow. If people had told me this, if the guys from the group or Christian had told me this before we started working together, I wouldn't believe it, because it's something that I wouldn't believe was possible for me as a person.
And guys like Ephraim, who'd spent his entire life terrified of talking to women, couldn't even make eye contact with pretty women who walked past him on the street. And after working with me, Ephraim's biggest problem now is having more women than he knows what to do with.
Time after time after time, I went in, and time after time, I came out alive. Since working with Christian, I have eradicated bad habits, exploded my sales career, and genuinely been on more dates through cold approach than I can even count. And don't just take my word for it. I've got a whole channel catalog of evidence that you can browse through to see just how effective Christian is at changing lives.
I've helped loads of guys achieve results they never thought were possible.
Christian is a phenomenal coach, and the best compliment I can pay him is he is legit. He's the real deal.
And by the end of this video, you will know how to avoid the biggest cold approaching mistakes so you can finally get dates on demand with hotter women who you actually connect with.
Excuse me, ladies. Hiya. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just saw you go past me. I was like, you know what? I just want to tell you that you both look really good. I'm not like trying to get you to donate to any charities, but you look very interesting in your jacket. I feel like you're going to go for some like fashion shoot or something.
I wish. Well, she is my photographer with her camera, so...
Is that right? Well, you in the all black look quite suspicious. I feel like you're going to go into a shop and steal some things.
Oh, that's rude.
That is not rude. That's just an observation. Like.
Okay, so what you'll notice about my early conversations is I'm so erratic, like just completely transparent. I'm just insecure here, okay? This is the second day that I've ever filmed Cold Approach in London, and when I first started Cold Approach, I was just an insecure mess. I was addicted to porn, I had erectile dysfunction, I just never really felt comfortable around women. And then once I found out about daytime approach, I was like, wow, this could be the way to finally overcome my fear of the feminine. This conversation in particular, I can see I'm just craving validation, right? I want approval. I want to be accepted. And a mistake that I used to make, and I see it a lot with my beginner coaching clients, is they almost try too hard. Yeah, like trying to do too much. I was hiding behind humor a lot, right? I almost use my conversational ability as this smokescreen for uncertainty, because I was a magician for a decade, right? I spent a decade practicing and performing close-up magic. So I always associated conversation being these like high energy performer type of vibe. But in cold approach, we just want to be more chilled. Yeah. Like we want to have more of this grounded gravitas. And this comes through reps as well. Okay, like it takes around 100 direct approaches to start to develop proficiency. And when I work with guys one-on-one, I'm listening in to every conversation that they have, and I'm giving them individually tailored feedback in real time so they can just skip all the trial and error. I say to my guys, one approach with me is worth around 30 approaches on your own. I would say the most important thing that you can take away from this conversation is the speed of my speech. Yeah. Every guy I've ever worked with, we all talk too fast when we're first learning, and it's normal, right? You're scared. Slow down, breathe.
Can like say, I'm not going to do that. So what's the plan then? Like, what are you actually doing?
We're gonna take pictures.
Of you in particular?
Well, no, of you, yeah.
So
Me and you.
are you like in a relationship?
No.
Oh, I don't know. You have to ask. Like, just friends. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so I'm very reactive in conversations. I give off this very platonic gay best friend type of vibe. I don't know if you notice this. It's very apparent in all of my older cold approach conversations. Again, I'm insecure, right? I just want to be wanted. I would say the main thing that you can take away from this conversation is slowing down, letting the silence do the work. Yeah, actually just doing less, not trying so hard to be liked. Yeah. And I think if you can almost understand that with daytime approach, there's only really two elements that matter. It's open and close. Okay. So if you can learn to lead with desire, so you go over to women who you find attractive and you just say to them, hey, you look amazing. You look incredible. You look so good. What are you doing today? And just removing all of this unnecessary justification, like, oh, hi, I just saw you and I just wanted to say, and then making these weird situational observations. Oh, you look like you're going to go on a jewelry heist, or you look suspicious, or that jacket. It's like, no one gives a fuck about this, right? And you come across, and this is me talking to myself, by the way, Christian, you come across as this performing monkey, this street clown who is basically treating every approach like a make or break situation and is desperate for female approval. But this is a rite of passage. If you're anything like me, I didn't have any women growing up. I grew up in a single mother household, so I didn't have a masculine role model to sit me down and be like, Christian, this is how you meet women. This is how you talk to them. This is how you create attraction. So if you're anything like me, no one ever gave you the handbook on relationships. So a big portion of this is not your fault. Now, even though subjectively, this is a car crash conversation, from my position now, almost 5 years after this was filmed, I'm like, yeah, this was shit. Something really weird happens at the end of this conversation, and I'll explain this in a little while. But for now, let's watch another one.
Excuse me, darling. I know you're probably like in a rush and stuff, but you just zipped past me, and I just need to tell you that you look really cool. Like, you've got a very interesting style going on.
Alright, I actually hate this as an open, like calling a girl cool. It's like the sort of thing you say to your mate, like, oi Barry, you look fucking cool, bro. You know, if you see a woman who you're attracted to, I teach my guys to really own their desire. Yeah, I think a lot of us live our lives like closet heterosexuals, almost ashamed of being men and finding women attractive, and that lack of conviction is conveyed in these lukewarm compliments. So, you know, if you're going over to women during the day own that shit. Don't be like, oh, you look cool, you look nice, you look kind of cute. I really want to hear those hard-hitting compliments. And this is why it's important to, especially once you've got to a level of proficiency. So once you've done 100 direct approaches, you go from the shotgun, who's just repping it out, approaching everybody, to really becoming the sniper and being selective about the women you approach and only going in for women who you genuinely find attractive, right? Because when you find women that you genuinely find attractive, that you're like, oh my fucking God, she is just incredible, it's conveyed in the conviction of your compliments, right? So you'll say things like, you look amazing, you look incredible, you look so good. Even in my tonality now, I put so much work into my overall delivery. Like, I had to really train myself to have more of these seductive, grounded conversations, right? It doesn't happen by luck, it happens by design. What I would recommend that you start doing is recording the audio of your conversation. So the next time that you go out there to approach, let's say the intention for the session is I'm gonna do 5 direct approaches in 1 hour. Record the audio of at least 3 of those conversations. So you record the audio by, just use a voice recorder app on your phone, capture the audio through your headphones. Guys are like, oh yeah, but what if I go for the number and then she sees me recording? Dude, it's just like, just hide the screen, it doesn't fucking matter. The part where you're taking the phone number doesn't matter that much on the audio. I'm more interested in the open itself. Like, are you leading with conviction, with desire, with unapologetic, shameless authenticity?
It's like a bit of like a, I don't know, a bit of a mismatch, but I quite like it. I feel like the bag is looking slightly suspicious though. I feel like you might be got to do something like illegal.
Not quite.
Yeah, I just hate all this shit. It's just unnecessary. I'm like skirting around the edges because I'm scared of being a man and finding women attractive. Like, oh, this bag, oh, that jacket, oh, this fucking bollocks. Like, if there's one thing you take away from this video, it's doing less, just trying less. Because with the right women, cold approach is easy. Yeah, and I think this is where a lot of guys get stuck. It's where they waste their time on maybe girls, right? The girls who they have to do all of these fucking cartwheels and handstands and, or like throwing the kitchen sink at them. Like, when I'm going out there to approach and when my clients are going out there to approach, we're going out to find our fuck yeses. Right? Not the maybe girls, not the I need to think about it. It's the fuck yeses, the women who you approach with conviction, who just light up as soon as you speak to them. Yeah, that's what we're going out here for. Now, yeah, when you're just starting out, 100 direct approaches, they're just batting practice, right? They don't even count. They're just for you to get skin in the game. If you've not done 100 direct approaches yet, go out and just have car crash conversations. Give yourself permission to suck. It doesn't matter at the start, but once you've done 100 direct approaches, you've recorded the audio of as many of these conversations as possible. Now you've got a point of reference. You've identified your weak spot. So maybe like me, you're talking too fast. Maybe your tonality is too high, so you come across as like some like castrated little boy. Maybe you're giving off this like too high energy, like you're too excitable, you're too erratic, you're too animated. Maybe you're not pregnating your conversations with enough pauses, so everything feels a million miles an hour. You're not creating any sexual tension. Here as well, like I'm all over the place. They've got like the Christian Casanova kung fu moves. I'm just not composed, yeah? And again, this comes through reps. You're not gonna become a black belt in jiu-jitsu by watching videos or by going to the jiu-jitsu gym once. Yeah, it takes reps, it takes feedback, it takes learning from people who are further ahead than you. But just go out there today and just do one. Yeah, if you've never done an approach before, find one woman who is moderately attractive and just say, hey, excuse me, you look amazing. What are you doing today? She'll say, oh, I'm gonna meet some friends, I'm going shopping. Oh, cool, have an amazing day. That's it.
What have you actually got planned?
I'm friends actually.
You meet some friends?
Yeah.
That sounds very suspicious. I feel like it's some sort of like board meeting to discuss like world domination or something.
I would be able to reveal all my secrets, so.
I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. So how many minutes have you got then?
I'm actually supposed to meet her like right now.
Well, listen, I've only got like 30 seconds myself. However, just
yeah, dude, like you can just see like all this just comes across as gay, to be honest. Like, I literally look gay with like, you know, like, oh, I've only got a few minutes myself. I'm just like, dude, like,
Listen, one thing and I'll let you like disappear into the stratosphere. Like what's like the plan and stuff for your life and shit? Like what's the dream? Like if you could wake up tomorrow and be in your ideal reality, what would it look like? Paint me a picture.
Big question, why?
right, so this is just such a uncalibrated, open question. Like, what's the dream? What's the plan for your life? Like this question can be useful if you've actually developed a connection with a woman. So let's say you found one of your fuck yeses. She just lit up immediately. Maybe the pupils have dilated. Maybe she's got a massive smile on her face. Maybe her energy just really opens up. Like with these women, with your fuck yeses, then you can start to what I call soul spark, which is going deep, building that strong emotional connection. But because this is a very surface level convo and the girl is clearly not interested in me, she probably thinks I'm gay, the best thing to have done here is just wish her a good day, right? There is no vibe there whatsoever. And something that I teach to my clients, because the guys that I work with, they're entrepreneurs, they're business owners, they're busy professionals, they need to be efficient with their time, is when you get the vibe that a girl is just not interested, when you get the vibe that she's just not your girl, then don't just keep talking. This is some like moronic advice that these bozo coaches online will tell you, like, oh, just keep talking, you just need to game her more, always be closing, bro. It's like, no, don't just keep talking, don't always be closing. Like if a girl is just genuinely not interested in you, just wish her a good day, except she's just not one of your girls. And again, this takes time, right? It takes a lot of trial and error, a lot of rejections, a lot of awkward moments, a lot of car crash conversations to get there. And this is why when guys work with me one-on-one, we get rid of all the guesswork. I allow them to skip all the trial and error. I am with them in the field, one-on-one, listening in to their conversations, giving them individually tailored feedback in real time. And this is how we're able to turn decades into days. So no more guesswork, no more trial and error, no more wondering if you're actually doing the right thing right. But yeah, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, there's a link below this video, and let's watch the next conversation.
Excuse me, ladies. This is really random, but I just want to say that you both look really good.
Okay, so with this one, the stop itself is actually shit. So you'll notice I don't get in front of the girls. Instead, I'm stood like to the side of them. And I notice this a lot with my clients. A lot of my clients, and they don't even realize it, they've got a lot of sexual shame. Right? They think it's wrong to be a man, to have desire. And this is communicated in the way that they actually approach. So rather than getting in front of the girl, they'll stand to the side because it feels safer, right? That, oh, I don't want to intrude. I don't want to be a nuisance. But what this does is it dilutes the conviction of your approach, right? One of my favorite quotes is, going halfway with half a heart only digs a deeper grave. So if you're going to approach a woman or multiple women during the daytime, own that shit. There's like a common theme of this video is owning your desire as a man, seeing women who you find attractive and being unapologetic, like having this ruthless, shameless authenticity, which is saying, I'm a man, you're a woman, and I like that. Not explicitly, but in the way that you approach. So getting in front of the women, and yeah, it'll feel weird at the start. A lot of guys, they will avoid women who are walking and they'll only go for stationary women or trying to like stop women as they're coming towards them from the front. But with the way that I teach this, so like letting the girl walk past first, the reason why we teach this is, first of all, a lot of women are going to be walking and they're going to be walking fast. So you need to learn how to actually stop them. But when a woman has walked past you and you circle back round, you're giving her permission to choose, okay? Because if you're stopping a woman head on or when she's stationary, she doesn't really have a choice. It's like you're just there. So it feels more coercive than collaborative. So if you see a woman walking and you approach her and then you say, excuse me, actually just let me just break down the approach for you so you actually know how to do this. So let's say a woman is walking past you, you walk over, you say, excuse me, and you don't say anything else until that woman has stopped and you've got her full attention. Ideally, your feet and her feet want to be pointing towards each other because a person's feet will always point in the direction that they want to travel. So the ideal position for a call approach conversation is you and the girl locked in, facing each other. Because what happens then is you enter this private bubble. Okay, it's like the rest of the world disappears and it's just you and her. And this is how you can create deep connections with women during the daytime and actually make sure they want to see you again. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons why girls flake, so you get a girl's phone number, you never hear from her again, is because she didn't feel anything in the conversation. Yeah, she didn't feel emotionally connected with you. And a really easy way to do this is face her, like look her in the eyes. It might even mean saying less. Like we said before, you don't need to be a conversation ninja with all these clever verbals and performing monkey and oh, what I noticed about you, all this bollocks. It's simply about engaging her in an emotionally charged conversation where the rest of the world disappears. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, whoa, this all seems like a lot, I'm not quite sure where to start, then at the end of this video, I'm going to link my full 10-hour free cold approach course. That literally just gives you everything you need to get started and get results from daytime approach. It's completely free. I'll link it at the end. Let's get back to this.
I'm not like trying to sell you anything, but I was just like, you've got an interesting bag. I feel like you're like trying to like hide a body or something. And I was like, you know what? I was going to stop you in this unconventional way.
Okay, so you'll see that I've actually rectified the stop here, right? So the way you start isn't the way you finish. So even if your stop is shit at the start, you can still reposition yourself so you get in front of the girl. But again, I don't like this conversation because it's just too performer. It's too like, yeah, street performer energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you got a body in the back. Like, I'm just doing the best here with the information that I had, right? When I first learned call approach, I was learning the whole London day game model. Like, oh, you need to vibe, you need to stack. Oh, has she hooked yet? This does not need to be complicated. Yeah, it's go over, make sure she stopped, make sure she's looking at you, hard hitting compliment, like really, really mean what you say. Like, you look amazing. You can speak in this lower, almost vibrational tonality. You'll even notice how my voice has changed over the years, and this has been deliberate because I've studied over 5,000 of these conversations, like my own conversations, my client conversations. That tonality, almost like your bed voice. Yeah, imagine you've got a woman in bed with you. You're not being like super high pitched, like, oh hi, I can't wait to this is gonna be so nice. You're way slower because you're in this state of relaxed arousal. Yeah, I actually think boredom is the greatest state to be in, where it's like you've got nothing to prove. You don't need anything from anybody. And this is why daytime approach is so powerful, because once you become proficient at daytime approach, you get to feel abundant, right? And abundance isn't always having, it's knowing you can have. So once you know you've got a skill like daytime approach in your back pocket, you never feel needy in your life again, because even if you've got a couple of women and maybe the relationships are not working out that well, you know you've got a skill to replace them. All right, and I want to show you what happened with that first conversation.
Well, listen, your lifestyle seems extravagant. And I would very much like to get involved in this peculiar lifestyle that you're leading. But anyway, listen, the reason that I've stopped you in this unconventional way is because I think you're both obviously attractive. However, you are more my type. So what I suggest is another time, me and you get together, go out for a drink and just have an enjoyable Christmas together.
Well,
What do you say to that?
flattered, but I would have to say no, I'm sorry.
Ah, okay. Well, not even like I've got a boyfriend.
I am seeing someone, but it's honestly, thank you very much.
How serious is it, out of curiosity?
Not very serious.
Ah, that's music to my.
I think it's pretty serious.
That's music to my ears, you know. How about what you do here? You drop me a number and I send you one message, and whatever happens after that is up to you. What do you say to that?
I'm pretty curious. I'm pretty
Take
curious.
his number.
She's like, you should take his number.
No, yeah. I could take her number and message you when I'm not serious anymore.
Well, no, how about I take your number and then I just drop you one message, and then whatever happens, I'm not going to bombard your phone, trust me. I've got better things to do in my life.
So yeah, what do you do in your life?
I'm a magician. Do you have an English number?
Of course.
All right, so I'm
I've
guessing.
been here for like 8 years. Jesus Christ.
Well, listen, we're still in the getting to know you phase right now, so I don't know anything about you. I'm assuming
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm called?
Oh God, I hate that game.
It's not a game, it's just one guess.
Lucas.
Interesting. I've not had that one before. It's Christian. It's Christian with a K. So I think my mum wanted me to be like edgy. Yeah, maybe. Just like coming out the womb, being like cool.
They do that in Denmark, Sweden.
Yeah, it's a Scandinavian spelling, yeah. I'm not Scandinavian.
Shame.
Yeah, well, you know,
I
English.
speak Swedish as well.
Oh, it would be wasted on me. So I'm assuming it's a bit 07.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. What's the rest of it?
Guess.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing
I
that.
know,
I'm not playing that guessing it because that one leads to nowhere. Yeah.
All 7.
And what's your name so I can add it to my phone book?
Have a guess.
Maria.
No, yuck.
No, yuck. What if like my nana was called Maria? You'd be like shitting on her. Go on, what's your name? Well, listen, it was.
Forward to your message.
You should look forward to that message. I feel like.
It will be one way or the other.
It will indeed, but you know, life is short, so you know, we never know what the fuck's gonna happen. Might be dead tomorrow anyway, so.
I hope not, but.
No, thanks. I'm glad that you care. Anyway, you two have a good day.
Thank
Whatever you
you.
get up to, and enjoy your cheesecake.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye bye.
Even though these conversations are objectively shit, like I'm doing so many things wrong. My tonality's off. I come across as this like gay best friend. Everything feels surface level, platonic. I'm kind of just trying too hard to be liked. I actually end up closing this girl, right? There's something about this approach which she just likes, yeah? And the greatest realization I've had about daytime approach, even if your conversation skills are terrible, even if you're making all of these mistakes that I was making, even if you internally don't feel like the guy right now, the biggest aphrodisiac with daytime approach is your balls, yeah? Just having a big set of balls, like having the conviction to open and then to close. That's all call approach comes down to, right? You don't need to be the best conversationalist. You don't need to be the best looking guy. You don't need to do everything technically correct. And this is what I make my guys aware of. Like, daytime approach simply comes down to open and close, except that the majority of women are just not going to find you attractive, and that's okay. But you're not trying to be everything to everybody. You are trying to be the right somebody for the right somebody. So you get 100 approaches done as fast as possible. Record the audio of as many of these conversations. Now you've got a point of reference. Now you know what you shit at. And then when you go out, you are what I would say day gaming deliberately. So what I did when I first started was I identified what I was shit at, and then I made a list of all the things that I needed to work on. And then each session I would focus on improving one of those things. So, okay, I'm talking too fast. When I go out today, I'm going to focus on going slower. Maybe the next time I wanted to focus on approaching 2 women. So that would be the intention. Maybe the next time I'd focus on having longer conversation because my conversation didn't go past a couple minutes. And the sweet spot, in my experience for a daytime approach, is between 6 and 8 minutes. So by focusing on one thing at a time, I didn't bombard myself. Like, the mind had a clear focus every time we went out there, because most guys who are trying to learn call approach, they're living like accidents. They don't know what they're going out there for. It's like, bro, what are you going out there? Like, what's the intention for the session today? Oh, I'm just going to go out, see what happens. So have a clear intention. Like, how many approaches are you going to do? In what time span? So like 5 direct approaches in 1 hour. The focus today is going slower in my conversations. Like, this is how you actually get results. This is how you make progress. It's by identifying your weak spots and then improving them one session at a time.